What does it take to go from fetching footballs for NFL legends to becoming one of the greatest wide receivers of all time? Larry Fitzgerald's story isn't just about touchdowns and records. It's about grit, determination, and an unrelenting pursuit of greatness. Imagine a young Fitzgerald, wide-eyed and eager, soaking in every lesson from the sidelines as a ball boy for the Minnesota Vikings, learning from legends like Randy Moss and Chris Carter. But his path to stardom wasn't smooth. From failing to meet the academic requirements for Division I football to proving himself at Valley Forge Military Academy, Fitzgerald faced challenges that would have broken most. Yet, he rose above them, turning setbacks into stepping stones. This is the inspiring journey of Larry Fitzgerald, the ball boy who became an NFL icon and one of the most respected players in the history of the game. Larry Fitzgerald's journey to NFL stardom began in the most unassuming way, not on the field, but on the sidelines. Growing up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Fitzgerald was immersed in football culture from a young age. His father, Larry Fitzgerald Sr., was a sports writer, giving young Larry unique access to the world of professional athletes. But it was his time as a ball boy for the Minnesota Vikings that truly shaped his future. Imagine a young Fitzgerald, wide-eyed and eager, fetching footballs for legends like Randy Moss, Chris Carter, and Warren Moon. He wasn't just watching the game, he was absorbing it, learning from the best, and dreaming of the day he'd be on that field himself. Fridays were special. After practice, the Vikings players would gather to watch Fitzgerald play in his high school games. It was a surreal experience for a teenager, knowing that NFL stars were cheering him on. But even with this early exposure to greatness, Fitzgerald's path wasn't without obstacles. Despite his undeniable talent, he didn't meet the academic requirements to play Division I football right out of high school. Instead, he spent a year at Valley Forge Military Academy, honing his skills and proving his dedication to the game. At the University of Pittsburgh, Fitzgerald faced a new challenge, competing against players who were bigger, stronger, and more experienced. In his own words, he was competing against men with beards, kids, and drinking problems. It was a humbling experience, but one that fueled his determination. He called his father, unsure if he could make it, only to be met with silence on the other end of the line. That moment of tough love became a turning point. Fitzgerald realized he had no choice but to rise to the occasion, and rise he did. In his sophomore year, Fitzgerald exploded onto the college football scene, setting records and earning accolades. He finished the season with 92 receptions, 1,672 yards, and 22 touchdowns, becoming the first sophomore to win the Walter Camp Player of the Year award. His dominance was undeniable, and it was clear that Fitzgerald was destined for greatness. But this was just the beginning. What happened next would not only define his career, but also cement his place in NFL history. How does a young man go from college stardom to becoming one of the most consistent and respected players in the league? The answer lies in the heart of a ball boy who never stopped chasing his dream. If you're as captivated by stories of perseverance and greatness as we are, you're going to want to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because Larry Fitzgerald's journey from college phenom to NFL star is nothing short of extraordinary. Drafted 3rd overall by the Arizona Cardinals in 2004, Fitzgerald entered the league with sky-high expectations. Standing at 6 feet 3 inches and weighing 225 pounds, he was the prototype for a modern wide receiver, big, fast, and blessed with hands that seemed to defy gravity. But it wasn't just his physical gifts that set him apart. It was his work ethic, humility, and an unrelenting drive to be the best. Fitzgerald's rookie season was a glimpse of what was to come. Despite battling nagging injuries, he played in all 16 games, finishing with 59 receptions for 780 yards and 8 touchdowns. While the numbers weren't eye-popping, they were a sign of his potential. His first career touchdown came in Week 3 against the San Francisco 49ers, a 24-yard pass from Josh McCown. At just 21 years and 110 days old, Fitzgerald became the youngest player in NFL history to record 2 touchdown receptions in a single game, a record that stood for years. By his second season, Fitzgerald was already establishing himself as one of the league's primary receivers. He led the NFL with 103 receptions, racking up 1,409 yards and 10 touchdowns. His performance earned him his first Pro Bowl selection, and it was clear that Fitzgerald was no longer just a promising rookie. He was a force to be reckoned with. But what made him truly special wasn't just his ability to catch the ball. It was his knack for making the impossible look routine. Whether it was a diving catch in the end zone or a contested grab over two defenders, Fitzgerald had a way of leaving fans and opponents in awe. The 2007 season marked another milestone in Fitzgerald's career. Teaming up with fellow receiver Anquan Boldin, he formed one of the most dynamic duos in NFL history. Together, they became only the second pair of teammates to each record over 100 receptions and 1,400 yards in a single season. Fitzgerald finished the year with 100 receptions, 1,409 yards, and 10 touchdowns, earning first-team All-Pro honors for the first time. But it was in 2008 that Fitzgerald truly cemented his legacy. That season, he was nothing short of unstoppable, finishing with 96 receptions, 1,431 yards, and a league-leading 12 touchdowns. The Cardinals, long considered one of the NFL's most hapless franchises, finished with a winning record for the first time in a decade and made a historic run to the Super Bowl. Fitzgerald was the heart and soul of that team, delivering one clutch performance after another. In the playoffs, Fitzgerald elevated his game to another level. He set an NFL record with 30 receptions, 546 receiving yards, and 7 touchdowns in a single postseason, surpassing the great Jerry Rice. His performance in the NFC Championship game was particularly legendary, as he tied an NFL record with 3 touchdown receptions in the first half alone. The Cardinals' Super Bowl run ended in heartbreak, but Fitzgerald's heroics on the biggest stage solidified his place among the game's all-time greats. What made Fitzgerald's 2008 season even more remarkable was the fact that he played the entire postseason with a broken thumb and torn cartilage in his left hand. Despite the pain, he refused to let his team down, delivering one of the greatest postseason performances in NFL history. It was a testament to his toughness, resilience, and unwavering commitment to the game. As Fitzgerald's career progressed, he continued to defy expectations. He signed an 8-year, $120 million contract with the Cardinals in 2011, becoming one of the highest-paid players in the league. That season, he recorded 80 receptions for 1,411 yards and 8 touchdowns, earning second-team All-Pro honors and his 6th Pro Bowl selection. But this was just the beginning of Fitzgerald's journey. What came next would test his resolve and prove that greatness isn't just about talent, it's about perseverance. How did Fitzgerald navigate the challenges of an ever-changing NFL landscape? And what kept him at the top of his game for so long? The answers lie in the heart of a man who never stopped chasing his dream. Larry Fitzgerald's 2008 season wasn't just a career-defining year, it was a masterpiece. After leading the Arizona Cardinals to their first winning record in a decade, Fitzgerald carried the team on his back through one of the most electrifying playoff runs in NFL history. But what made this season even more remarkable was the adversity he faced. Playing with a broken thumb and torn cartilage in his left hand, Fitzgerald refused to let pain or injury slow him down. Instead, he delivered one of the greatest postseason performances the league has ever seen. In the wild card round against the Atlanta Falcons, Fitzgerald announced his arrival with 6 receptions for 101 yards and a touchdown. But it was in the divisional round against the Carolina Panthers where he truly shined. With 8 receptions for 166 yards, Fitzgerald dominated the game, helping the Cardinals secure a 33-13 victory. His ability to rise to the occasion in the biggest moments was nothing short of extraordinary. The NFC Championship game against the Philadelphia Eagles was where Fitzgerald etched his name into NFL history. He tied a league record with 3 touchdown receptions in a single playoff game, all in the first half. His 3rd touchdown, a 62-yard catch and run, left the Eagles' defense in shambles and sent the Cardinals to their first ever Super Bowl. Fitzgerald's performance was a masterclass in clutch play, and it solidified his status as one of the game's all-time greats. Super Bowl 43 was a roller coaster of emotions for Fitzgerald and the Cardinals. Trailing the Pittsburgh Steelers late in the fourth quarter, Fitzgerald caught a 64-yard touchdown pass from Kurt Warner to give Arizona a 23-20 lead. The play was a moment of pure magic, a testament to Fitzgerald's ability to deliver when it mattered most. But the Cardinals' joy was short-lived, as the Steelers scored a touchdown with just 35 seconds remaining to secure a 27-23 victory. Despite the heartbreaking loss, Fitzgerald's performance was legendary. He finished the postseason with 30 receptions, 546 yards, and 7 touchdowns, records that still stand today. But Fitzgerald's greatness wasn't confined to one season. In 2009, he followed up his historic run with another stellar year, leading the league with 13 touchdown receptions. He continued to be a model of consistency, recording over 1,000 receiving yards in multiple seasons and earning Pro Bowl selections year after year. His ability to perform at an elite level, even as the Cardinals cycled through quarterbacks, was a testament to his skill, work ethic, and leadership. Yet, as Fitzgerald's career progressed, the challenges began to mount. Injuries, quarterback instability, and the Cardinals' struggles tested his resolve. But even in the face of adversity, Fitzgerald remained a beacon of excellence. How did he continue to thrive when the odds were stacked against him? The answer lies in the heart of a man who never stopped believing in the power of hard work and perseverance. Even legends face adversity, and Larry Fitzgerald's career was no exception. After the highs of 2008 and 2009, the Arizona Cardinals entered a period of instability, particularly at the quarterback position. From 2010 to 2012, Fitzgerald caught passes from a revolving door of signal callers, including Derek Anderson, John Skelton, and Kevin Kolb. Despite the chaos, Fitzgerald remained a model of consistency, recording over 1,000 receiving yards in each of those seasons. But the lack of stability took its toll, both on the team and on Fitzgerald's ability to showcase his full potential. In 2013, the arrival of Carson Palmer brought a glimmer of hope. Fitzgerald and Palmer quickly developed a strong connection, and the Cardinals began to rebuild. That season, Fitzgerald recorded 82 receptions for 954 yards and 10 touchdowns, helping the Cardinals finish with a 10-6 record and return to the playoffs. But the journey was far from smooth. In the wild card round against the Green Bay Packers, Fitzgerald delivered a vintage performance, catching 8 passes for 176 yards, including a 75-yard reception in overtime that set up the game-winning touchdown. It was a reminder of just how dominant he could be when given the opportunity. The 2015 season was another standout year for Fitzgerald. At 32 years old, he led the NFL with 109 receptions, racking up 1,215 yards and 9 touchdowns. His performance earned him his 9th Pro Bowl selection, and he became the youngest player in NFL history to reach 1,000 career receptions. But despite his individual success, the Cardinals fell short in the NFC Championship game, losing to the Carolina Panthers 49-15. It was a bitter end to a season filled with promise, and it left Fitzgerald wondering if he would ever get another shot at a Super Bowl. As the years went on, Fitzgerald's role began to evolve. No longer the primary deep threat, he transitioned into a reliable possession receiver, using his football IQ and route running precision to remain effective. In 2017, he led the NFL in receptions for the second time in his career, finishing with 107 catches for 1,023 yards and 6 touchdowns. It was a testament to his adaptability and longevity, but it also highlighted the Cardinals' struggles. With a young quarterback in Josh Rosen and a team in rebuilding mode, Fitzgerald's twilight years were spent mentoring the next generation rather than chasing championships. Yet, even as his career wound down, Fitzgerald's impact on the game remained undeniable. He retired after the 2020 season, leaving behind a legacy that few could match. Over 17 seasons, he amassed 1,432 receptions, 17,492 receiving yards, and 121 touchdowns. He broke over 40 Arizona Cardinals records and became the first wide receiver in NFL history to record at least 150 receptions against 3 different franchises. But Fitzgerald's story isn't just about numbers, it's about resilience, leadership, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. How did a player who spent his entire career with a franchise known for its struggles managed to achieve so much? The answer lies in the heart of a man who never stopped giving his all, no matter the circumstances. Larry Fitzgerald's career was more than just a collection of stats and accolades. It was a testament to the power of perseverance, humility, and an unrelenting love for the game. Over 17 seasons, he became the heart and soul of the Arizona Cardinals, a franchise that had long been synonymous with struggle. Yet, through it all, Fitzgerald remained a beacon of excellence, proving that greatness isn't defined by championships alone, but by the impact you leave on the game and the people around you. When Fitzgerald retired after the 2020 season, he did so as one of the most accomplished wide receivers in NFL history. His 1,432 receptions rank second all-time, trailing only Jerry Rice, and his 17,492 receiving yards place him among the top 10 in league history. He was an 11-time Pro Bowler, a 3-time first-team All-Pro, and a 2-time NFL receptions leader. But perhaps most impressively, Fitzgerald achieved all of this while spending his entire career with a franchise that often lacked stability and success. What set Fitzgerald apart wasn't just his talent, it was his character. Off the field, he was a model of professionalism and philanthropy, a finalist for the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year award multiple times. Fitzgerald dedicated himself to giving back through the Larry Fitzgerald Foundation, which focuses on education and breast cancer awareness. His commitment to making a difference in the lives of others was as unwavering as his dedication to the game. Fitzgerald's loyalty to the Cardinals was rare in an era where players often chased championships by switching teams. He could have left Arizona for a better shot at a Super Bowl, but he chose to stay, believing in the franchise that gave him his start. In doing so, he became more than just a player, he became a symbol of hope and perseverance for Cardinals fans everywhere. As we reflect on Fitzgerald's career, it's impossible not to wonder, what if he had played with a Hall of Fame quarterback for his entire career? What if he had been on a team with more stability and success? Would he have surpassed Jerry Rice as the greatest receiver of all time? While we'll never know the answers to those questions, one thing is certain: Larry Fitzgerald's legacy is secure. He may not have the most rings or the most records, but he has something even more valuable: the respect and admiration of everyone who watched him play. So what do you think? Was Larry Fitzgerald's career a story of what could have been? Or is it a testament to the power of loyalty, resilience, and unwavering dedication? Whatever your answer, one thing is clear: Larry Fitzgerald's journey from ball boy to NFL icon is a story that will inspire generations to come. And if you want to dive deeper into the lives of other wide receivers who made history, just click on the video popping up now.